Oh my God, there's so much news going on today. Obama, Clinton, Biden, all use secret fake named email accounts to hide their actions. Oh my God, there's something corrupt in the Democratic Party. And then Kamala Harris says that she may need to take over as president and is ready to do so. Oh my God, what's happening with Joe Biden right now? Oh, he might have to go look after his son, Hunter, who might be indicted on a gun charge later this month. Oh my God, what's going to end up happening? Somebody needs to please deploy all the kooks that are out there. Oh my God, I love Tucker. Tucker's doing some great stuff ever since he went independent on Twitter, now X and all that stuff with his interviews with Trump and Tate and other stuff that I've seen as well. Did he sit down with McGregor, but Colonel McGregor, not Conor McGregor? I don't know why he would, but anyways, no, he's been doing some really good stuff, and apparently he's down in Argentina. He's going to be talking with that Turbo Chad who's trying to make Argentina great again. Like, good for him. But he also had time, to stop by and platform somebody who's been trying to peddle this conspiracy theory for about as long as I can remember. Larry Sinclair. Larry Sinclair is apparently a limo driver, or at least he worked in the area, in the greater Chicago area back in the late 90s, and he's been peddling this idea that he had a late night crack cocaine fueled sex with Barack Obama, and that Obama came back for more the next day. Yeah, like I've heard this story. I've heard this story for a very, very, very long time. And, well, in reading some of the details, that in which, we're not going to play it, I'll link out, of course, if you guys want to watch the 42-minute long interview, feel free. I just wanted the snippets. What is the story? Because I know the story because I've heard it multiple times. Not because I was interested in it, not because I was trying to fact check it. I just wanted to see if he's been congruent throughout the years. So Larry Sinclair reveals what happened with Barack Obama in the back of a limo, in the back of a limousine. I had given Barack $250 to pay for cocaine. See, that's already, okay, one red flag, at least for me. I start to put a line on a CD tray, and it just happens to notice that he pulls something else out of his pocket. Okay, and the next thing I know, he's got a little pipe and he's smoking. That's kind of at least that's half congruent, but it's kind of half not as well. I'll elaborate here in a minute. So I don't have an issue with it. I mean, some people smoke, some people snort. So I was doing a line. And this is the part you kind of make your move and see where things are going. So I just started rubbing my hand along his I ain't reading no gay porn, okay? You know what? You can go ahead and read the rest of this stuff. And that night, somewhat active sexually and drug-wise in the limo. That's wonderful and fantastic. And Tucker, well, of course, even by this introduction here, you can see he's got a little smile on his face, and he was pulling some odd facials, pause, when it came to this interview, at least what I've seen screenshotted, and yeah, he's having a laugh. Obviously, it's his own independent platform. He can go ahead and interview anybody he wants. It's just, I've heard this story often. I've heard it a couple of different times, mostly because, well, Nick DiPaolo was one of my favorite guests that was on the Opie and Anthony show, and as somebody who is a self-effaced, old-school O&A fan, I've heard this story. You guys, if you are also in the same boat, you probably have heard this story as well. This goes all the way back, obviously, right? Because the original story that Larry says, the only thing that I see consistent so far is that from 1999. This is when he was alleging that this encounter happened. And I sped it up a little bit, mostly because I just want to hear the original recording that was posted on his YouTube account, by the way. Like, he was trying to get this story out for a very long time, and it caught wind of O&A's ear around, it's kind of weird. Barack Obama's initial presidential run in 2008. Yeah, 2008 was when people were first hearing about this. And because, well, I wasn't listening at the time, I ended up catching up in 2014 on a whole bunch of this stuff anyways. And yeah, on subsequent listens, I've heard this story. I've heard it a lot, and you know what? I'll just go ahead and play it, and we'll see if we have any incongruencies here. Check this out.
Hi, my name is Larry Sinclair.
Hi, Larry.
I'm making this video and posting it on YouTube because of an incident involving myself and Senator Barack Obama.
Yes, he was then a state senator in the state of Illinois.
Between November 3rd and November 8th of 1999 in the Chicago, Illinois area. The mainstream media and Obama himself has done greatly to prevent this story from becoming public.
Mostly because maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't know.
During those time periods in 1999, I met Obama at an upscale lounge in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, an upscale lounge in Chicago, Illinois. Okay, so far.
After having a few drinks, Obama and I left in my limo, began to drink. Mr. Obama acquired powder cocaine for my use, crack cocaine for his use.
Okay, see, okay. Back in 2008, he didn't have the specifics of the money if he has his own directed message that he's going to be putting out on YouTube. But okay, I don't know drug prices now, let alone in 1999. So is $250 enough for some crack and some, powdered fun? Not entirely sure.
I performed oral sex on Senator Obama, who at the time was a state representative.
So he sucked his dick in the back of the limo while they were doing coke. Doesn't quite line up with his story now, does it? Okay, because what was it? Okay, so I started rubbing my hand along his thigh, direction intended to go. So that night became somewhat active sexually and drug-wise in the limo.
For the state of Illinois. Mr. Obama knows these allegations to be true. I'm challenging Mr. Obama to come forth, be honest, stop claiming that his drug use is limited to his teenage years. 1999, you weren't a teenager. 1999, you were a state representative for the people of the state of Illinois. 1999, I performed oral sex on you in the back of my limo, as well as in my hotel room in Gurney, Illinois, 2 days later.
The Red Roof Inn in Gurney.
Yeah. No, and then he just goes on to try to back up his claims. It's like, if you want to go, I'll get hooked up to a polygraph test, then you can do the exact same thing if you want to go ahead and try to claim that I'm making up these scenarios. But spoiler, he was given a platform to be on a polygraph test. He ended up failing it a couple of different times, and his story has always shifted a little bit throughout the years. So, yeah, guys, it's a funny story, and yes, Big Mike it definitely earned that nickname, but let's not fall in the same traps that the left does, okay? You got the Stormy Daniels nonsense, where Trump has a penis shaped like a mushroom, and Carroll and all of her goofy shit. Russia. It's like, it's sensational, it's fucking funny. Just go ahead and assess it as that, because what's the game? What is to actually gain out of this? Oh, Barack Obama likes to suck a little dick now and then. Okay, well, he's always kind of a bit of a fruit. And yeah, he was a terrible president, but at the same time, would he really gain off of this? And especially if it's all based on a lie, it doesn't make you any better than the opposition. Today it's Grindr. Then it was the limo driver, convicted fraudster who claims he had cocaine-fueled sex with Obama. Says they met through a cabbie and hooked up in the back of his limo before Barack returned for more at his hotel the next day. And yeah, why would he come forward right now? Well, of course, all of those other stories, the omitted excerpts from the autobiography that was released, and I did a video on that one of Barack Obama dreaming about sex with men, but that doesn't make him gay or something. I don't even remember, man. Mostly because that shit just goes in one ear and out the other. It's fucking funny on the day, but in the long-term scheme of things, okay, maybe he's lying to himself, but okay, he did enough lying for all of Western civilization that we don't really need to return to the Obama frame because he was already too deleterious to society. Anyways, a convicted con man who told Tucker Carlson that he smoked crack with Barack Obama. That's not true. He liked the powdered stuff. He liked his crack cocaine extra crispy, like reinforcing stereotypes, and then had sex with him, claiming that Obama and he was having issues in his marriage. Oh no. Larry Sinclair's allegations, which were first made in 2008, I think from that tape, have never been substantiated. He made the allegations at a press conference during the presidential election, and after addressing the press, he was arrested with an outstanding larceny warrant, which, political prosecution, maybe. But on Wednesday night, Carlson used his X show to promote the claims that he had performed oral sex on Barack Obama in 2 different days, both time and after the then state politician smoked crack. Larry Sinclair says he has a night of crack cocaine fueled sex with Barack Obama, and that Obama came back more Oh, for more the next day, Carlson wrote on X. Assess for yourself. Here's our interview. Carlson in the clip is seen describing Sinclair's claims about Obama as credible information that he's smoking crack and having sex with dudes. But here's the thing, okay, and I think Viva Fry responded to his assessment of the clip and is like, you believe him, or you can believe him, you don't have to believe him at all. It's just there's nothing substantiated. And again, this was something that I knew from being an O&A fan back in the cut, and knowing that there was never any proof that materialized. Like, he didn't keep a Monica Lewinsky-esque, dickie that he had to wear being a limo driver. Like, no, nothing at all. No crack cocaine residue on the roof of his limo when you guys were smoking back there. Did you crack open the sky roof? Like, what are we doing? It definitely wasn't Barack's first time. That much I'm absolutely certain of. And I would almost be willing to bet you it wasn't his last. Yes, of course. And Larry, well, now he's probably a little bit more proficient at his deeds, given the lack of teeth. But I guess that's what cocaine usage will do to your gums. Sinclair, who grew up in South Carolina and now lives in Mexico, said that he was living in Colorado at the time and went to Chicago. Sorry, what? Okay, I was in town for a few nights and I definitely was looking to party, he said. There was no doubt what I was looking for. He said the driver picked him up and he had introduced him to Obama. The driver definitely knew him and said he was a friend. But I thought it was your limo. Why would you have a driver? Okay. I only found out later, dealing with a reporter for Bloomberg News at the limousine company, he had been doing business with Tony Resco. Are we supposed to know that name? Sinclair said that he and Obama went to an upscale quiet bar where the glasses had 3 X's on them. Oh, okay. Where Obama told him he was having trouble in his marriage. Why would he confide in somebody that he just met? Like, this is very odd. Sinclair said that he had no idea Obama was a politician. I'd imagine that was probably, given Barack Obama's proclivity to just flex his position, I find it very interesting that he wouldn't lead with, I'm a state senator, and I think it would be very important for you to help me out in my future political endeavors. The fraudster said he told Obama he was tired and wanted something to wake up, and Obama immediately knew he meant cocaine and told him he could get it. I had no idea he was a representative in the House, in the Illinois House. I just knew that he was supposedly married and that time going through some issue in his marriage. Said they returned to the limo. Yeah, Obama had $250 to buy cocaine. Obama went out. Oh, Sinclair said he gave Obama $250. Oh, okay. Sinclair says that Obama smoked the drug while he snorted it. Yeah, that's what you can do with powdered cocaine as opposed to crack cocaine. I don't really want to read the rest of that shit that reads like a fucking poor-ass, penthouse forum post. I don't care. Sinclair has a lengthy criminal history, including convictions on forgery, fraud, and larceny charges, and has even served prison time in Florida and Colorado. The only reason I came out about this is I had reached out to the campaign even in 2007, only because I saw all these kids getting excited about it, and I thought, oh boy, great, there's kids around. Sinclair said that he thought Obama was interesting and definitely a con. You thought you were going to be sucking Fed dick? Like, what are we doing? He added, I had definitely been around, and people are doing these things because I actually really enjoy it. Pause. Looking for a connection. Double pause. He said he was left with a bad taste. In 2008, when Sinclair first aired his claims, Politico reported on the saga, noting that the story has generally been ignored by the mainstream media because he's been unable to substantiate his allegations. Yeah, exactly. I sucked a dick in 1999. Well, that sucks for you. All you got was a line of blow? Oh well. In June of 2008, Sinclair rented a room at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., spoke for an hour, going into great detail about the two sexual liaisons. Press conference ended in Sinclair's arrest on an open warrant from Delaware. Well, that's where Joe Biden's from. You're starting to win me over a little bit, just a little bit. After liberal bloggers who supported Obama apparently tipped off D.C. police to a scheduled appearance. Well, he also rented a ballroom, so the National Press Club, so it wasn't exactly difficult to find him. For more than a decade, Sinclair's claims were taken seriously only by the furthest fringe of conspiracy theorists and had largely receded from public discourse. He detailed in 2008 allegations of marital problems between Barack and Michelle Obama, and then repeated the allegations in his interview with Carlson. Sinclair said YouTube gave access to his account to someone, sure thing, and when it was returned to him, the video was deleted. And that's why we had to go straight to an O&A re-upload. and straight and Larry Sinclair in the same sentence. That's about the only time you're going to hear that. I think I have an answer for why a lot of reporters would not want to follow up, because you don't have any evidence, bro. It's like this. It would be hilarious if true, but there doesn't seem to be any if true. My criminal record goes from 1980 to 1986. Any sentence I've been given, I've served. He denied being a fugitive or trying to escape justice. Yeah, okay, wonderful, fantastic. It just really seems that this dude just probably is confused about something, okay? Like a multitude of things. And I don't doubt that he probably sucked a black dick somewhere. It's just, yeah, might be mixed up with something. And even still, okay? Why the hell does it matter? I'm just saying, when I see something like this, it's like, yeah. It's good for a chuckle every once in a while. And plus, you know, a good excuse to bring up an old O&A clip. So, you know, that's definitely going to be helpful. I'll have the full thing linked in there. It's a couple of good jokes that are in there as well. A good Hillary Clinton and something about a pink sock or something like that. Not entirely sure. I know the joke verbatim, but, you know, running it back might end up causing 2023 YouTube to not quite be as cool and fun as 2008 YouTube. But no, we don't need to drag up old nonsense in order to discredit the current and previous administration. There is far more fodder that's out there. Remember those 3 stories I was talking about at the beginning? Yeah, the fake emails to just go ahead and do shady shit behind the scenes. Kamala Harris basically setting the stage for her to become the 47th president. And then Hunter Biden potentially going away on his re-emerged gun charge. Yeah, there's real problems that are down there. If you want to focus on anything, just go do that, okay? Just let the lispy guy tell a story about sucking a black dick in Chicago all those years ago. Just let sleeping dogs lie. And if they're too sleepy and need to wake up, well, just give them $250 and you can just make anything pop up. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.